Again, classic muscle car. It's kind of hard to go wrong with a 1966 Biscayne. 4-wheel discs, chassis upgrades. Says it's got a 427 under the hood. What do you think's under there? Let's find out. Let's get it on the rack. I gotta line this thing. This car's going on Power Tour this year. If you go to Power Tour or you sit on the sidelines of Power Tour travel route, give this guy a wave when he passes on by. Sweet ride. Test drive's gonna be good today. Miles on a fresh build. Tubular arms. This thing's sweet. Staggered wheels. Nice. So I'm going to be setting this thing up for aggressive street driving, which means it's going to be nowhere near the factory specifications that are in the Hunter liner, and that's okay, because we're not running factory suspension or factory bias ply tires in this car. Okay. For an initial build, cambers are dead even, caster's a degree off, toes in a little bit, so somebody must have taken a tape measure to it at least and gotten the toe straightened out. So I'm going to give it about a half to 0.7 degrees negative camber, equal on each side. The caster is going to be as much as I can get, or at least as close to 5 degrees as I can get. And then I'll be towing it out probably to, I don't know, 1/10 of a degree total toe, and it should handle really nice. Thrust angle is really good, don't really need to do much back there. Cambers are even, toes are even, so we got a pretty good setup as far as that's concerned. So with that, I'll start slinging some shims to get my caster and cambers raised, lowered, evened out, all that stuff. And then we'll fix some toe, and we'll go from there. Nothing but headaches this week. Goodness gracious. We'll get through it. We always do. Just keep moving forward. Alright, coat's off. I'm having the zippers. Strong arms. I don't know who makes those. Those look nice. I want a bunch more caster on this side, so I'm going to add more to the back to increase my caster. That's going to take my camber negative. So let's start aggressive. I'm going to do 2/8 shims in the back, 1/8 shim in the front. Let's see where that puts us. Oh, somebody did it to me again. You guys and your non-knurled bolts in these. Killing me. frustrating. It's so much easier to do alignments if you use the right parts. Luckily for me, this has tubular arms, so I actually have access to the bolts. It's not a big deal, it just makes it take a lot more time, especially with factory arms on it. Since I'm taking the upper arms in, it's going to take my toe out. And I'm fine with that. So my passenger side caster was pretty respectable. I'm going to just change camber to get it close to where I want it to be. So I'm going to put an 1/8 inch shim in the front and the back to not change caster, but just change camber. I may go ahead and throw like a 1/16 shim in the back for a little extra caster because it was close, but I'd like a little bit more. And again, I'm taking my camber in, which is going to take my toe out. Let's see where we end up. So since I made caster adjustments, I need to re-sweep my caster to verify what my actual new caster is. My toes towed out just a hair. I actually took the camber a little too far, so I will back that out. As I figure out my caster readings, I can modify my camber and, you know, make changes. So not a big deal. It's sweep caster. You can see I put an 1/8 inch shim over here and 2 1/8 inch shims in my caster. My caster came up quite a bit. My camber came up more than I want it to be. I mostly only adjusted camber on this side, and I'm actually a little more than I want to be there as well. This 0.8 would be great, but it's on the border of 9, so I'm going to back it out a hair in the front, and that will actually increase my caster. This one I'm going to remove from the front, probably half the shim, and we'll see where that brings our caster up to, and our toe will come back in when I do that. So I made a couple adjustments, and I'll re-sweep caster to verify my caster readings are correct, and then I might do one more adjustment. We'll see where it comes out, and then we'll figure that out. It's really close. 1/10 of a degree off on my camber, which is fine. I'm dead on my caster. I have a little more camber than this car needs for a cruiser, but it'll be really fun in the corners. Especially with the massive front roll bar that this thing has on it. These cars handle so much better with some modern chassis upgrades. Unbelievable. So I like where my caster's at on the driver's side, and I can't take any more shim out for less camber. So we're going to leave it where it is, and we're going to give the camber just a skosh more on the passenger side so that it matches dead even, then we'll set our toe. Because why not? It's here, might as well do it. I think that's just going to be a 30-second shim on both positions on the passenger side, and we should be dead on. So these are the correct bolts for upper control arms. They have a knurl that locks into the frame. And that way when you take this mechanically locking nut on and off, the bolt doesn't move and you don't have to hold it like I've had to do on this one. Luckily for me, this car has tubular control arms, so it's not a big deal. They're not hard to get at. But with factory control arms, these are a bear to get to those heads, which is why they have a knurled end to trap them in the frame. It's like a $30 bolt kit. Alright, let's sweep caster one more time, verify our results, and set our toe. Oh, just a hair off, but it's still fine. I have to take it out of the back. But if I take that 32nd out of the back, it'll change it where I want it. Nice job, Ride Tech. That's an awesome suspension. Adjustable caster. Nice work. God, this car is going to be a beast. Beautiful work. So nothing's in the green because this isn't a 1966 Biscayne anymore, but my camber's dead even, caster's dead even, my toes a skosh in for a little extra stability. And rock and roll. Now I get to strip it down, take it for a test drive, which will be the best part of my day today. He wanted me to grease fittings. Wrong. This is not a rack and pinion. It is a standard power steering gearbox. I mistook the huge sway bar for a rack arm. Looks like a little EFI hiding under there. Wash up, pull this thing out, move on to the next thing. car's a hoot. You breathe on the throttle and that thing is leaving. Like I hit the gas the first time taking off, and the pedal's so sensitive. You breathe on it and you take off, and it's a bench seat car, so your butt sinks into the seat, your foot lifts off the throttle, and then you come back because you let off the throttle. Your foot goes back into the throttle, and then you pop. I'm like, wow, that took some getting used to. Super sensitive throttle pedal. Car's a hoot, handles amazing, steering wheel's dead straight. This thing's got handle like it's on rails. Amazing car. Props to whoever's had their hands in building this one over the years. It's a beautiful car, inside, out, upside, downside, all the way around. The Ride Tech chassis is amazing. There's just so much to talk about on that car. I like the color too. Silvers. I like silvers and grays, blues, whites. What can I say? I'm not a huge black because it's impossible to keep clean for black cars, but whatever. I do still like black cars, like Cyclones and Typhoons. I like them all. That's my problem. Well, anyway, it's a aggressive street setup. Turned out really good. Very happy with it. Found a loose jam nut on the rear panhard bar, locked it down, made sure it had time ends. Checked pinion angle, 3 degrees was perfect, dead on. So somebody did a really good job on the initial setup on this. So, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. We'll see you on the next one. Hell yeah, brother. That's one bad car. Thanks for watching.